And this is actually about how much sugar goes into a 2. That's too much. I'll die.
I'm just gonna...
Oh, did not. Hit this bomb to get in the...
Drinking.
Let's melt a little bit more of it. There's another thing I want to try. I want to see what it looks like to taste like sugar. And then
Caramel
the little
sugar.
drips that we have that probably shouldn't be in there are just like, it's more like, it actually...
Favorite game.
much thick.
So good. Back all the way to Italy in the 15th century. So we're going to start with some of those original styles and scale it with somebody else that they're not standing in the way. You don't want to get hit with this.
Burnt sugar said the other box is what you do. Yep.
Is it slowing down at all?
Maybe. I think it smells kind of like...
And that's it. Those are the ingredients for...
That way you're never going to miss out on a cool video.
All right, that's too easy.
We need to play horse.
The quickest way to get rid of cotton candy. That's gross.
That's really cool though. Let's take like...
Yeah, we're sitting down.
Guys, it's not all. We've all floss or
fairy floss.
Fairy floss.
A few names. Mentally getting, this is fine. Oh, this is my new... So much.
Before we get to making our giant batches of cotton candy, which is...
Candy.
No, we're not. Not gonna happen.
Was really cotton candy, starting with how it was originally made, scaling it up to an industrial... Oh no, that's so cool. Look at this.
Part of it, and so you end up with slightly more condensed cotton candy, so more than this much cotton.
It's like tunneled through it.
And look,
Make some.
we should make a lot.
We should make...
Like Spider-Man, but sugar Spider-Man.
We have a lot. Help us make some candy floss. But make sure if you're doing this...
A little scar right there from it.
That much, so let's start breaking up some more.
Let's take this
Yeah.
piece and we'll keep this pouring out of a bag, normal white sugar. That's about how sugar. I have a scar on my arm from doing a video with burnt sugar. If you remember the candy of a raccoon who was handed as a treat. But today we want to find out just how... Next test. We've moved outside and there's a very good reason for that. You can probably see, well maybe...
We didn't burn our cotton candy, so that's a little confusing.
Fast enough to get it up.
That was...
Version with the big fancy machine. So you can see this has... It looks a lot like fiberglass. The same size.
So we've let our sugar caramelize.
Big old blobs at once.
Well,
One,
bye.
2, 3.
Yes! And that's just a really pretty like decoration.
So,
What we're doing is wait until it cools just a little bit. Throw the most...
giant amount of cotton candy. Still have a giant little crunchy bits. Homemade version with a fork and professional version.
This is actually really cool. No!
Glass.
I'm kind of... If you ever finish off a 2-liter bottle of soda, that's what you're... It makes a huge...
Ripped some sugar on my arm while I was doing that.
Size machine, and then seeing just how much we could dissolve into water. Now...
I literally can't fill it fast. Possibly even gone past a little. How much cotton candy you can dissolve into water. I don't even know if you can call this cotton candy to tear it apart.
Come on, me.
You can see as it's starting to heat up already, it starts throwing little wisps of sugar. It's not the same.
Oh no.
One cup of water.
Pile in it and see if we can go from there. These two I broke. These were just kind of starting to get off the
Liter bottle. So let's start grabbing pieces that are approximately.
The first machine was made by a dentist, I believe. but some people think it actually did. Got these little drips everywhere, but it's actually really pretty. So then
you may have seen cotton candy dissolving in water before, maybe from us on our channel before, and maybe from a video.
And then we're gonna be taking our forks, dragging them back and forth over the top of our pot, and it's actually gonna normalizing and crystallizing already, and I put a blob of it in my mouth, and now my teeth.
I actually think it smells more like cooking.
People when we began.
When we began, it was more than 2 adult
Yeah,
people.
it was higher than we.
Iron Man helmet.
See how much cotton candy we can dissolve in water. It's gonna be how much Nate can dissolve in his stomach.
Like that.
It does, it almost tastes,
Definitely not as runny as water. Look at it, long over a steaming pot.
they're stuck together, and they're gonna be like that forever.
Tried it on cotton candy.
That was like a taste.
Yeah.
Now do you understand what I went? Oh yeah, there it is.
This is what's happening now. So while it is still melting the cotton, so I'd say we've probably hit our limit and tossed it.
All of that is in this.
This much cotton candy. In fact,
Mess.
that doesn't stop candy. It's not really dissolving into the water anymore.
Tablespoon of water. And it's gone. Holy cow. Oh. Okay, so we're not, like Nate was saying, we're not the best. You can see that we've got,
And so
this is awesome.
a little bit more. How much we're looking at right there. Maybe even a coming in this full. As you can see, a cone of cotton candy would not survive
That one, dissolve that one.
soda. Full-size industrial cotton candy machine. We do.
It's almost like a lime Jolly Rancher now. That's oh. Sides a little bit.
A little bit more wind picking up, and it just got gusted and it's.
Oh.
Our tower was coming along beautifully, but unfortunately we've just had a little.
You can, like, if you wanted to put this on the top of something, you can like wind it into a nest.
Not subscribed, you got it. This has, as we've been like tearing it apart, fine thin strands of sugar in a big old puffy ball, and it's delicious.
We should.
Next, you should check that one out too. If you are not, doesn't seem to be slowing down much.
No.
Talk to you then. Kind of works because it's thin strings, but it's not as fine as you get with an industrial machine.
I started with 2 piles, so I'm
Piles
just gonna.
the same. Do you think we can fit one of these whole piles?
I'm just
into
gonna.
one?
There.
That much sugar. That's perfectly compressed. Uncompressed as you would find it, you know, it's gone.
Through putting it in my mouth, but it's
floss
delicious.
works. Caramelize, it'll burn, but we haven't. They're so fine, it really has turned into a cotton-like consistency. And you really squish. Guys, cotton candy. Cotton candy is great. Some places it's called candy.
This is a lot of sugar, we can tell you that much.
So. There's a lot finer strings. In fact, you can't even really see individual.
No. The stuff in the pot is
Up.
Okay, new plan. It's not gonna
Fire. We're gonna see what happens. We know we can melt sugar. Sugar will melt, it'll
like
This is a.
this is for science.
This is very, very thin.
I think it's competition time.
What's the rules?
Burn.
Looks more like sugar, like when we were making the other kind of, like the caramel on the stove. Pile
Yeah.
the volume of an adult person.
Do
This one and dissolve that one.
Keep that.
Ring that bell. We'll see you in the next one. Those strands, because how it all dissolves in candy, has fit into this single cup of water.
Here.
Very unfortunate, but we do oil.
It tastes a little burnt as a warning. I don't know why.
Thicker than I thought it was going to be while drinking it. That always got more for you to see. That box up.
Like what, 30 cotton candy up from there.
1 cup of sugar.
1 table. All right. No!
Oh, candy floss coat.
No. Okay, that was exactly. I did this to myself. Now we're gonna time lapse us eating all of this cotton.
Compared to the stuff that comes out of the machine,
Cotton candy into the fish tank. Go.
we want to learn and try.
Here's the basic idea. We are going to explore the hows and whys of super basic candy floss.
Now we're just going to stir the sugar in the hot water until
This has been like
lots of different things to call it, but you know it, you love it. It's super
I'm
fun.
having a hard time like
You have a few other things.
through.
It's top. It's going to take you to our last video. You should go watch original candy floss. We got the OG candy
On the stove, and now you can see that we're getting these really nice strings, and this is what we want. So what we're gonna be.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Oh, also, don't forget to collapse a little bit.
What from here?
Melt it over steam.
It's been compressing.
Yeah,
it
well, you grab a piece and you squeeze it.
individual pieces I broke in half. This is gonna be fine. This is.
Things you should be watching.
Hi! Hi! Yay! Oh! One more time! Yay! Oh! Let it go! Yay! Oh! Ha! Oh, wow! Oh.